Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to my YouTube channel. Esoteric Cloud Surfer here, ready to talk about Mercury in Aquarius. Before we do that, thank you for watching, your support is greatly appreciated. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and let's get started. Also, use the links down below to reach more of my content. And also remember to book readings and personal consultations with me using the links down below to have access to more content and my services, pricing, and how to reach me. There is the email and the link tree that can lead you to my Instagram profile so you can have more information. So, Mercury in Aquarius, welcome everybody. We're going to talk about Mercury in Aquarius, and Mercury is exalted in Aquarius. Most people that are into astrology will tell you that Mercury is exalted in Virgo, but that makes no sense because Mercury is Mercury rules Virgo already. So a planet cannot be exalted in the same sign that it rules because it has all to do with position. So one planet can't be two different things or exerts two different influences in the same position. And there is a video here on the channel talking about that, the travels of Mercury. It's an old video, maybe I will redo that series, because it's a whole series of the travels of all the planets. Maybe I'll redo that to be more up to date, because I can explain things better now, right? But essentially, it's like most signs are the night side, internal, dark side, or the external, light, masculine side of one of the planets, excluding the sun and the moon, because they are the most recent, they are the youngest, so they're still developing more awarenesses and more experiences about themselves, like we are doing right here, trying to leave these fart clouds behind, right? So the sun and the moon, they rule Leo. No, the sun rules Leo, and that's it. The moon rules Cancer, and that's it. But then Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini, Mars rules Aries and Scorpio, Jupiter rules Pisces and Sagittarius, Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius, right? I know Venus rules Taurus and Libra, right? So the night side or the internal side is where in that planet's perspective, or from our perspective, right? According to that planet's position, it's their nighttime. And the external side is their daytime. The rising or the exaltation will be the rising. When on that planet the sun starts to rise, or from our perspective, we start to see it in our horizon, right? Because if you are a wise spirit, you have to be aware of your own perspective, but also realize that other spirits also have their own travel and their own perspective. So for you to fully understand your 360, your surroundings, like in gematria, 1 plus 2 is 3. Third dimension, your surroundings. 1, your awareness, your individuality. 2, the ability to relate with others. And then 3, the ability to understand by relating with yourself and others. Oh, if I have my own position, if our planet has its own horizon, oh, that planet, that spirit has its own horizon as well, right? So the exaltation is the rising, and the opposition to the exaltation is the sun setting, the setting of the sun, right? The sun going below, okay, day going below in our horizon. So when it comes to Mercury, right, they rule Gemini, they rule Virgo. Gemini, external, masculine side, mutable air, the ability to communicate and mix and mingle your thoughts, ideas, and even self sense of awareness, right? Virgo, internal, dark, feminine side, the ability to be more realistic, be more on point, be more organized, or be more convoluted, because everything you receive through your ears, eyes, and connection with others becomes very real to you. Night side, internal side, right? So, in the full schemes of things, in the 360, in our zodiac sign, we have Gemini like over here, right? Third house, and we have Virgo over there, sixth house, right? And we know that everything comes from the internal realm, right? Everything comes from the darkness, everything comes from nothing first, and the darkness comes first, and then light comes after darkness, because you're able to organize and separate all the lights together, making up darkness, right? So the night side comes first. So the spirit that created Mercury became aware of itself and its surroundings in the sixth house. Then it traveled all the way and created a physical representation in the third house, right? So the sixth house will be the nighttime, and the third house will be the daytime, right? And in between those houses, there should be a rising and a sunset, right? Because the day starts with the sun rising and the night starts with the sun going down. So if night is in the sixth house, between the sixth house and the third house, it's the rising. It's the exaltation of that planet. Because other spirits can be aware of it and charge it, interact with it, and be aware of it in general, right? And in between the third house and the sixth house, between the day and the start of the night, should be the sunset, which will be the fall of that planet, when other spirits are less aware of it, so it gets less energetically charged, right? So in between Virgo, going from the sixth house to the third house, and Gemini, is the exaltation of that planet, not Virgo itself, right? It makes no sense. So where it makes sense is that the exaltation of Mercury is in Aquarius, because it even makes sense, right? And the fall of Mercury is Leo, because it's right between Gemini and Virgo. So between the day and the night, there is the sunset. Between Gemini and Virgo, there is only Cancer and Leo, right? And the fall of a sign and the exaltation of the sign is always an opposition. So if we assume that the fall is in between Gemini and Virgo, there is only two options for the exaltation, either Capricorn or either Aquarius. But Mercury is not exalted in Capricorn, because Capricorn has limits and boundaries, is more internal, right? Is more worrying about their own circumstance. And what makes your mind, aka your Mercury, exalted, exhausted? When you think too much about yourself, others, the world, what you said 30 years ago, what you're gonna say in 2 weeks, aka Aquarius. So Mercury is exalted in Aquarius and falls in Leo, right? And any astrologer that tells you that Mercury is exalted in Virgo, they're a fake astrologer. And be aware, because there is somebody that is quote-unquote SoulGroup. This happened a long time ago, but I remember I posted on my IG saying that if you say that Virgo is exalted, that Mercury is exalted in Virgo, you are a fake astrologer. And that one person, a few days before I posted that, they said that Mercury was exalted in Virgo. And then when I posted that, they were like acting up all relatable. Oh yeah, same. Oh well, they said that and they didn't. So they fake as fuck. Keep your eyes open. It's not because they're making some entertaining content. Spirituality is not supposed to be entertaining. You can make entertaining, and we should. Especially me, Aquarius ass, should make things a bit more entertaining. I know I'm growing into that aspect of myself, right? But for example, I think Uriel is a very entertaining astrologer, right? But spirituality should not be, or the priority of spirituality should not be entertaining. Should be real, some real shit, right? And then we make it entertaining to be easier to digest, so it can reach more people in general, because that's what we want right now, is to expand in this knowledge and normalize this knowledge, right? Because it also makes no sense to me that most people that joke with astrologers are people that they always like, oh, I don't know what's happening in my life, I feel this way, I don't know why, I can't sleep well, I'm stressed out, I'm depressed, I don't know why. It's always, I don't know why. Always, I don't know. Bitch, I know why. I'm trying to tell you why I go through certain things. I'm trying to tell you how I reach certain conclusions, and you make fun of me, while in the same breath you have no course, you have no purpose in your life. Come on, dude, wake the fuck up. I'm gonna slap across your face, slap you in the throat chakra. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, oh, that was completely out of track. I know, guys, real quick. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Mercury is exalted in Aquarius, right? And basically, I came to the conclusion by myself that the exaltation of a planet shows us what the spirit, the main spirit, and the group of spirits that spirit attracted to make a physical shape and form, what they are learning in this present lifetime of their own, right? So Mercury, or the spirits that made Mercury, are learning how to be more unique, individual, and fixed, because your mind is a fixed awareness. And many people, sometimes when you go crazy, they say, get your shit together. You lost your mind because you lost your you lost your fixability. You lost your consistency. Get your shit together means that your shit is scattered all over the place. And what does Mercury rule? Gemini and Virgo, which are mutable, lack stability, lack consistency, lack fix energies, right? So it makes all the sense in the world that the spirits that created Mercury are now learning to be more fixed, to be more on point, to be more focused in one thing instead of being all scattered all over the place, right? And why Mercury falls in Leo? Because Mercury, or your mind, the logic aspect of your mind, cannot be really used or appreciated in Leo circumstances. Because Leo circumstances is more about pleasure and the looks of a circumstance, and Mercury is about of what it is, not what it looks like. The moon, Venus, and the sun is more about what it looks like, how it feels like, how you make others feel when telling a story. Mercury is the story. He's the details in the story, right? And Leos and Venus signs, when they're telling stories and shit, they switch up a little bit over here and there to make the story more entertaining, to make them look better, to make others look better or worse, right? But Aquariuses and Capricorns, the Saturn, they're gonna tell you how it is. Even if they look bad, even if they make you look bad, it might be hard. Bro, I know, I got an Aquarius stellium. Sometimes before I will be speaking, telling a story, telling an event, and I'll be thinking, bro, this is gonna make me look bad. But I prefer to look bad than to be a motherfucking liar. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but sometimes because it depends. Some people don't deserve to know the full extent of your storyline. Some people you have to sugarcoat because they have no business knowing that you were sweating. They have no business knowing that you were a bit dumb, flunked out, stuck in a fart cloud, almost suffocating. You know what I'm saying? But the real people in your life, they have to know all the details. They have to know everything that you go through, because they need to trust you and you need to trust them because you're building shit together. So they need to know that in certain circumstances you might get stuck into a fart cloud. In certain circumstances you might sacrifice your individuality in order to look a bit better. And they why they must need to know that? So they can stop you and be like, hey bro, don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Mercury exalted in Aquarius and falls in Leo, right? Mercury rules Gemini and rules Virgo. So Mercury is right now in Aquarius in the exalted sign, so don't talk too much, don't listen too much, don't get too much fixated in one subject, in one area of your life, in one relationship, because it might not be getting fixated as in spending a lot of time, but you might get too excited because somebody told you that you're gonna do this or you're gonna do that. Somebody told you, somebody gid you up because of some desire, because of some golden objective, because of something that you agreed on, right? And that might not be the case. They might just be telling what you want to hear. They might just be trying to avoid confrontation. They might be just trying to make themselves feel better, and they are expressing an illusion. But because Mercury is in Aquarius, if they make sense to you, if they talking certain words that they know you're gonna be a recipient and agreeing with, you'll get excited and exalted. But also, depending on your alignments, right? It's always about you. You might get exalted and be the opposite of excited. Because you might be thinking too much through certain scenarios that you take the magic away. You take the juice away. You take the water away. You take the fire away. Because you're talking too much. You can, bro, super easy right now to talk yourself out of a situation. Good if you're talking yourself out of a bad situation, but somebody might be able to support you financially. You might be able to receive a better position, but you start to talk too much about this and about that. Now they're doubting. Now they're having certain doubts about your position, about your promotion. Because you were doing really well until this point, but you got all excited, you got all giddy, and now you can't stop talking, you can't stop thinking, you exhaust your mind, you exhaust their mind, you make their ears bleed. And you know what I'm saying? That's Mercury in Aquarius for y'all. Alright? And look, I have a Mercury in Aquarius. I know, right? By the way, certain characteristics of Mercury in Aquarius: fast reader, fast talker, fast thinker. You think you are a good listener, but you ain't really listening. Bro, believe me, I had to train myself to listen myself better and to listen my partners better. Right? It ain't a problem right now, right? But you might think you're a good listener because you can think about something and listen somebody yapping in your ears very well. But that does not mean that you are really processing and caring about whatever they're saying. Right? And the Mercury in Aquarius as well. Oh, by the way, any person, people, place, thing, or organization in the external world, they can get you very excited about things happening far away. Right? Things happening in China, in Pakistan, in Tajikistan, in Kyrgyzstan. And then you might have no problems in your life. You might already be all organized and shit, but then you can't rest. Your mind can't rest because in the news or your friends or your family members brought up what's happening in China, even though it's not affecting you at all. So now you think that's a problem. And your mind can't rest because it's excited. It's gonna be this is gonna be the theme of Mercury in Aquarius, especially 2024. It's 2 + 2 4 + 4 8, so it's some deep shit, right? So your mind can get super excited, right? It's not just some light sustenance. It's not some light movement. No, it's some heavy movement, heavy excitement. Go further away than before. Right? Because Mercury was in Aquarius last year, 2023, year 11. Oh, wait. Yeah, we are on year 12 right now. So we are finishing the first cycle since the world ended. Bro, by the way, this is very important. You guys remember in 2012? There was even a movie about that. Oh, the world is ending because the Mayan calendar has no more calendar. Basically, right? So what does that mean? That means that for the Mayans or whoever because we call them that, right? They stopped their calendar because they realized that these times were so far into the future, there was no purpose in making it a part of their calendar. Just like we have millions and millions of stars and planets, but we only pay attention to our solar system because they are the only ones that really influence us. Just like Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, they are co-rulers because they are further away than Saturn and Jupiter, for an example, so they influence us on a lesser degree, right? So, but the world ended in 2012, not the physical world, because we are the world. We run the world. We make the world. Every day you wake up, it's a new world, right? But in general, right, all of us together making the world. Before 2012, we were doing most certain things in a general way, and that changed. You know what I'm saying? And now we're completing the first cycle in 2024. 12 years later, 12 houses, 12 signs, 12 months, 12 disciples of Jesus Christ. Right? So now we're going more experienced and more sophisticated in these current times, in this current awareness, in this current spiritual wave. Because the first years after 2012, it was we getting aware for the first time of things that were going on. And since 2020, we really started to come aware, like really, right? To come online, like really, right? So from now on, you gotta really be yourself. You gotta be really beyond the physical realm, right? And Mercury in Aquarius can be misleading, actually, because you can be thinking it's all about the logicality, it's all about the mind and shit like that, but it's not, because it's giving you the ability through logic to reach logical conclusions that logic ain't enough. Logic is great, science is great, but it's not enough. There is way more things left to be explained that are really important to you than the things that are explained. Dreams, desires, connections, love, hate, right? Even certain animalistic traits. Science can't explain that. Science can't explain why certain people are successful and other people that do the exact same thing are not successful. Why certain people can do certain substance and they're perfectly fine, and other people can't do and they're not fine. They're gonna be, oh, it's genetics. Oh, bro, that's the most generic thing ever. Bro, that's no explanation. Oh, it's genetics. It's how life is. Bro, shut the fuck up and start learn astrology, tarot, numerology, gematria. Because we create genetics. We create those awarenesses and those concepts, right? So only our spirit can explain those things, and we created the logical mind so we can share those conclusions, not reach those conclusions, right? The logical mind is so I can communicate to you my conclusions and we can relate. But it's not through the logical mind that I will reach those conclusions. It's through the closer to the spirit, the feminine mind, quote unquote, that we reach the conclusion, and then we use the logical mind to share and create a real stand ground. That's what the earth is. Earth is the only physical realm in this system, so even spirits that were born in Saturn and whatever, or in Venus, they all come here to share their stuff, to share their conclusions, to share their testimonies, to share their desires. On a stand ground, on a physical ground, we're all sharing the same bodies, sharing similar mentalities, but our conclusions, our travels, and our testimonies are completely different and unique. So Mercury in Aquarius is not trying to explain everything through logic. No, it's trying to explain our conclusions that we didn't reach through logic to others using logic, right? It doesn't go further than that. So the world must normalize the fact that logic is not the answer to explain all these things. Dreams, desires, visions, imaginations, miracles, right? Frequency and vibration, even like the when people come together and they change their behavior. People coming together and making impossible things possible. People coming together and making some things that shouldn't be normal, right? That's all the power of the spirit. It's not the power of the mind, it's the power of the spirit. And like I usually give this example on my live streams, the brain is not the main organ. The brain doesn't make the decisions. The brain is the place where all the other organs come together, quote unquote, to make decisions. The brain is like the round table where your higher animalistic natures come together to discuss what's going on and what's needed to change. Because it's not one neuron talking to the other neuron that makes shit change. No, shit changes and then the neuron connects to the other neuron. Bro, this is very important. All the scientists out there, look, I have no scientific degree and shit, whatever. I have no scientific equipment, but I know this because it makes no sense in common sense, right? That one neuron connects to the other neuron changes shit. No, shit changes and then the neurons change. Your spirit change, then your mind change. Your mind change, your emotions change. Your emotions change, your body change. So if the neuron, which is a physical trait, is changing, it's because many things before it changed. Easy, bro. Easy. Also, talking about mental health and mental awareness, it has become even more and more known and generally accepted, right? That mental health is connected to physical health. And most people, or more and more people, are concerned about mental health, right? So with Mercury in Aquarius, if you know how to use it, great time to fortify your mind. Great time to create that mental castle that nobody can shake. You know what I'm saying? Because it's exalted. So your mind can go further than ever before, right? But the thing is, don't take it too further. Take it. I know I have Mercury in Aquarius. I have an Aquarius stellium. I know all about your mind going too far. You know what I'm saying? So how do you counter that? By doing what your mind is thinking about. And then you realize, shit, I can do to a certain extent, but my mind is going too far. It's making no sense right now. You can be all intelligent, all smart, and make no sense. You can be all logical, all scientifical, and make no sense. Trust me. I was in 5th grade trying to explain people of my age how love was a chemical reaction. Bullshit. And I was doing that as a kid, what grown-ass scientists trying to do right now. Some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Love is not a chemical reaction. A chemical reaction happens because of love. Love is a spiritual power that actually in this world can be a naga spell. Don't fall in love, rise in love. That's some Aquarian shit. Directing the waters. Water bearer. The love is the water, and Aquarius is the bearer of that. So don't fall in love. All my Pisces, Tauruses, Venuses, and even Aries, don't fall in love, rise in love. Don't use love to go in a downward spiral and compromise, okay, Venus, your individuality, your uniqueness, your values, your goals, your stability. No, use love to rise and upgrade that shit. You know what I'm saying? But too much yapping. Bro, real shit. Mercury in Aquarius. I'm talking for half an hour and I'm not realizing it. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? True. How to counter Mercury in Aquarius, the exaltation? Shut the fuck up. Do something. Care about something. Go sweat. Go work 8 hours writing some shit down, making some videos. You know what I'm saying? Go work in the... Bro, if you have some land, grab a hoe, not a girl hoe, a real hoe, work that floor. Mop that... You a man, mop that floor. You don't need to be a girl. Just shut the fuck up and do something. I know. Mercury in Aquarius right here. I know. Shut the fuck up. Clean that. Go do something. Don't think about it. Don't talk about it. Don't try to put that into the future and see through different angles. No. Now. Do it now. And then you see if it makes sense or not. And if it doesn't make sense but you still really care about it, then after doing it, after receiving feedback from reality, then you use Mercury in Aquarius. Oh, real shit, because Capricorn, Earth, the internal side of Saturn comes first. So first you go into reality, first you see the limits and boundaries, and then you try to expand on that shit with some Uranus energy. some expressing energy, some thinking outside of the box energy. But if you weren't first inside of the box, you don't know what is outside of the box. Real shit, bro. Mercury in Aquarius right here. I know what I'm talking about. I know. But let's go. Tarot card for today. Without any further ado, we're talking too much for 30 minutes. Shut the fuck up, Esso. That's the cloud surfer. You cloud surfing too much. You esoteric cloud surfing too much. Shut the fuck up. Let's go. Aquarius asses, big ass Aquarius, talking too much, listening too much, thinking too much. Nah. That fixed air energy is good though, because it still has some flexibility, it still has some lightness to it, has some uniqueness to it. But for today, a little bit of scatteredness, because Mercury is still in early degrees, so he's still leaving Capricorn with our minds, and now getting into Aquarius. Oh, of course, Mercury Day, Mercury in Aquarius, a lot of shit still in Capricorn, still in Aquarius, Moon in Capricorn. What else but Four of Pentacles? Dry ass card. Dry ass energy. What else? Right? This shit don't lie, bro. Spirits don't lie. Spirits don't need to lie because they have no reason to lie. That's why men lie, women lie, old people lie, young people. But that's why children, they're gonna be honest way quicker than an adult. Right? Because they closer to the spirit. They left the spirit realm less time ago. Right? So that's why numbers lie, statistics lie. All Daria, you might be behind on the live stream. Just like, okay? Just check that. Numbers lie, women lie, words lie, men lie, old ass people lie, spirits and stars don't lie, because they don't have a reason to lie. How so? They haven't created fake images and fake positions about themselves that they want others to see. No, they just, bro, I'm here because it's my purpose, because I want to be here. Why should I lie about something I want to do? Why should I lie about something I need to do? Why should I lie about my manifestations? But humans want to be like, oh bro, you know, because of this and because of that. No, bitch, you were flunked. That's it, that's all. No, you were lost in a fart cloud. That's it, that's all. No, you're talking too much, speaking too much. That's it, that's all. Alright? There is no reason to lie, guys. You hear, you lie? Alright. There is no reason to lie. Only to people that they lie constantly to themselves, and you don't lie. You just don't say everything. You don't bring false facts. You just don't include everything into the conversation. You don't bring them the whole meal, because they can't eat the whole. They can't even fix a dish for themselves. They can't even fix a meal for themselves. They don't need to know about your meal as well, you know. But Four of Pentacles, it's a super dry energy, super logical energy. It means that we are trying to make sense, trying to logical analyze our reality, our circumstances, our limits, our boundaries, our contracts, how we got into these circumstances, how can we get out of certain circumstances, should we get out of certain circumstances, should we stay, and we're trying to put all of that in the same box. We're trying to put all of that into the same square. Four corners of the world, the four directions, four elements, right? The four cardinal signs, the four fixed stars. Four cardinal signs, four fixed signs, four mutable signs, 4 seasons of the year, right? 4 archangels, because that is how we logically come squaring out the circle with 4 corners. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to do our circumstances, our 360, we're trying to make that into a square. We're trying to logicalize and put it in a realistic perspective, right? But it might be too much, or you might be doing too much, this in areas that you don't need to do. And like I said before, with Mercury exalted in Aquarius, you might dry it up. you might take it too far. You might think too much about things that are not that there yet, or they are already dead, and you try. Yeah, that's some real necromancy. Is some real mental shit. You're trying to bring something back from the past, trying to bring some relationship back from the past, trying to bring certain feelings back. That's a real necromancy. It's not raising up a dead body, it's raising up a dead mentality, a dead relationship, a dead ex, a dead opportunity. That's some real necromancy. And it can work in retrogrades. You know what I'm saying? When Saturn is like, or Saturn in Pisces, for an example, a good environment for necromancy. But necromancy, most times than not, just leads to lostness. Because why should you waste your energy trying to bring something back if you can create something new? Boom, that's it, that's all. Now, Dragon Oracle reading. How can we get out of that Four of Pentacles and go to all possibilities in the best way possible? There, oh, two cards. Now, just one. The top one. Royal Blue and Gold Dragon. Real shit. Royal Blue and Gold Dragon. Here we go. Royal Blue and Gold Dragon. So what this means, right? We have to analyze through the colors. Royal Blue, right? Your emotions and feelings, but like the important ones, the powerful ones, the royal ones, the ones that are above the lower animalistic natures, the lower feelings and emotions, right? So, and then gold, use your individuality and use your uniqueness to express those higher animalistic natures, right? So instead of using the Four of Pentacles to try and fit everything into the same box, no, you use the Four of Pentacles to clean and organize and separate the lower animalistic natures from the royal animalistic natures, and then you express those. Then you make your creativity and individuality out of those. Let's go. Shit, I was speaking for too long, dudes and girls. So let's go into today's natal chart reading. Remember, you can get natal chart readings by me to yourself using the links down below. So, Moon is still in Capricorn, Venus in Capricorn, Mars in Capricorn, Mercury is already 4 degrees Aquarius. He moves fast. Sun 18 degrees Capricorn, Aquarius. Saturn 7 degrees Pisces. Neptune 25 degrees Pisces. Jupiter 8 degrees Taurus. Uranus 19 degrees Taurus. And that's it. Everything is really close. Everything is still on the higher spiritual perspective and on the life part, or on the birth part of the natal chart. What is the birth part? Aries, Taurus, Gemini, okay, spring. Then the life part is Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. Then the deathbed part, not death itself, the deathbed, when you're starting to go to death realm, it's Uriel, basically detaching, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, and then the death, or when your spirit leaves the lower animalistic natures behind, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, right? If that makes sense to y'all. Hold up. And then, just to draw some lines here, draw some conclusions, birth is, come on, Daddy was closing some doors that sent some vibrations. Back on track. So birth is the parallel to the deathbed because it's before life, and the deathbed is before death, right? So cardinal energy, birth cardinal, deathbed cardinal, death fixed energy, life fixed energy, and then mutable energy is all that together. That's the connection between everything. That's why mutable signs, they're more scattered, they're more prone to mental health problems, they're more prone to paranoia, they're more prone to carry others' problems, because not only they are going through their birth, life, death process, they're also going through others' birth, life, death processes, right? So birth, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, that's Michael, I think, because I try to do these comparisons by myself, right? Then Virgo, no, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, that's Raphael, the light. Then Uriel, Libra, Sag, Libra, Scorpio, Sag. And then Gabriel, right? Cap, Aquarius, and Pisces. How so? On our natal chart, right, is reverse of the spiritual realm, right? So Gabriel in the spiritual realm is the lowest part, but right here is the highest part, right? Or is the other way around? No, I think it's the other way around. I think Gabriel is Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and Raphael is Cap, Aquarius, and Pisces, right? But I'm doing this on the fly. I might need to think a bit more about Aquarius. There you go. I might need to think a bit more about this, right? Because Raphael is the higher light. But down here, humans like to use the higher light to lie, to hide some shit, to change reality into what it's not. So what is high on the spiritual realm is low down here because how humans use it. Not because of heat, but because how lowly spirits use those high energies, right? And then Gabriel is the other way around. Down here is the lowest, where people get comfortable and stuck on. Yeah, Michael is Aries to Gemini. Yes. Michael, right? More personal, right? Oh, but that's completely out of topic, right? I was just trying to... Oh no, it's actually not out of topic. Because I was trying to fit that most all alignments are in Capricorn to Taurus, right? So that means that we spiritually right now are detaching from those lower animalistic natures to give birth to new, better, more sophisticated and up-to-date animalistic natures, right? But let's take... we're talking about Mercury in Aquarius. Let's do a Mercury natal chart reading right now. Mercury conjuncting the Sun. So what we see in the world, what we and others express, can take more time and occupy more space in our mind if it's something unique, individual, logical, or that has to do with the world and like associations, organizations, or big subjects like astrology, science, sports, something that can affect a large group of people, right? Then Mercury, fatal attracting Mars in Capricorn, right? Thinking more clearly and thinking in a more unique way about new realistic passions and aggressiveness. Mercury in Aquarius, fatal attracting Venus in Capricorn, thinking in a more clear, external and broader way, worldwide way, about new limits and boundaries and new contracts within your relationships and pleasure. Mercury in Aquarius, fatal attracting the Moon in Capricorn, feeling a bit like about your feelings, because it's very similar, but Aquarius really doesn't like that internal shit, right? Libra is the less air sign in that aspect, because both Gemini and Aquarius are very yucky about the water, about the connection, about the internal realm. But real Aquariuses, sooner or later in their lives, understand that's why they made their mentalities and their chakras in Aquarius, so they can process with the highest level of intelligence that internal shit. And why they don't like it is because earlier on in life they can't deal with it. And guess what? Everybody's lost in that shit down here. Not everybody, but every human is lost in those lower animalistic natures. So when Aquarius, especially growing up, sees that as an example, they will create protection. They will create repellence. They will be like, shit, I don't want to be like that. Or, oh, that's the reason why. No. Humans not being able to handle it is the reason why. It's not the feelings, it's not the emotions, it's not love, it's not hate. It's how humans use it. Or how they can't use it. You know what I'm saying? But Mercury in Gemini, Moon in Capricorn, a great ability to make sense, communicate, and create real connections out of those new realistic feelings, emotions, limits, and boundaries that come from your internal realm. This is very important. A real ability to communicate and really connect, really make a sturdy connection and teamwork or network, because you are able to think and organize those new feelings, new emotions, and new limits and boundaries that come from your internal realm. And so this is like a compound alignment. Sun in Aquarius, Mercury in Aquarius, Moon in Capricorn, the ability to express and apply with your mind and conversations, right? The limits and boundaries that you are manifesting from your internal realm. Because you might be feeling like, oh, I should put a limit and boundary over here with the Moon in Capricorn, but you might not be able to do it. You might not be able to explain it or come clear when applying those limits and boundaries. But with the Sun in Aquarius and Mercury in Aquarius, you have a better ability to do that and be more unique. Be seen as like, bro, that shit is weird, but I see where you come from. That makes sense over here. It doesn't make sense when we think about how normal people do it. It doesn't make sense in the normal world. But if you really think about it, it makes all the sense in the world. You know what I'm saying? Mercury in Aquarius, squaring Jupiter in Taurus, learning how to expand your physical circumstance when it comes to obtain wisdom and knowledge about your values and other values by thinking, communicating, and analyzing in or about more unique associations, subjects, or yourself. Take your more unique thoughts and learning how to apply them in certain ways to expand your wisdom and knowledge about the real world, your values, and others' values. Mercury in Aquarius, fatal attracting Saturn in Pisces, the ability to bring spirituality into reality through unique ideas, unique conversations, and unique associations. Mercury in Aquarius, squaring Uranus in Taurus, but this is less of a square than Jupiter in Taurus because Uranus rules Aquarius, right? So it's learning how to bring more familiarity to that learning process. Learning how to ease up the changes in your life because you are remembering that being unique, being individual, making sense and building some real shit is one of the main objectives in your lifetime. Mercury in Aquarius, fatal attracting Neptune in Pisces, clearing the illusion, clearing out the delusion, or being fixed, stubborn, and prideful about it. Mercury in Aquarius, conjuncting Pluto, being able to, with the Sun as well, see and clearly think and understand and actually be happy and be giddy about transformation in your life. That's a real spirit alignment right there. Fake spirits, they don't want change. They don't want to transform. Real spirits, they be like, bro, finally, it's time to change, time to transform, time to go to my uniqueness, time to go to my individuality, time to be myself in the middle of the crowd and still enjoy the crowd. Some really powerful shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going. Now, let's go into the houses real quick, right? If you have Mercury in Aquarius in the first house, you're thinking and communicating about yourself and your unique mentalities and ideas and associations in your private life and in your personal insecurities and interests, or you can see, yeah, everlasting stuff is hell. Yeah, that's true. But also that's why Saturn is exalted in Libra, because we are learning how to be balanced in making things last that are beneficial for us. And then when it's time to go, it's time to go. But you can't just be cardinal all the time. Then you find no stability, you find no uniqueness, you find no profit. That's why Saturn is exalted in Libra, because our stability and our structure, we are learning how to make it more balanced and more enjoyable and more cute and more acceptable to others as well. But other than that, with Mercury in Aquarius in your first house, you are realizing the uniqueness and the power in your personal insecurities. Mercury in Aquarius in your second house, learning how to communicate in a realistic and valuable way your unique thoughts, ideas, and associations. Mercury in Aquarius in the third house, being seen or being received as a unique or weird individual in your surroundings and environment. Mercury in Aquarius in the fourth house, misunderstanding your emotions or your private partner's emotions, feelings, and goals because you or them are too logical or you are too sentimental and they are not corresponding to that. Mercury in Aquarius in the fifth house, learning how to make your ideas more cute, more sweet, more entertaining, more enticing. That's me because I have that Libra rising. And that just clicked. That just clicked. All right, I'm gonna work on that. Real shit. Because it's very simple, right? The opposition between Aquarius and Leo is one of the simplest. Just like Leos have to be more real, Aquarius have to be more sweet and a bit la la land. Easy. Mercury in Aquarius in your sixth house, misunderstanding your routine or others' routines because you want to bring uniqueness, you want to bring some real change, but they want stability, or you want stability and organization, but you want to bring some innovation, some risk, some real change, and you just want to change what you put on the top shelf and what you put on the lower shelf. You want to change the whole house, you know what I'm saying? Mercury in Aquarius in the seventh house, thinking in more unique, personal, and sturdy ways about your relationships, or going super far, too far, in thinking and communicating about others' relationships where you have no business doing that shit. Mercury in Aquarius in the 8th house, learning how to think in unique ways about some deep shit, about some spiritual shit, about some trauma, about some deep desires, learning that pedophilia is not right, you hear me? Everybody that you in the shadow government and those weirdos trying to connect with 40-year-olds, stop that shit, you're a fucking demon. You know what I'm saying? You have no place in God's land. You know what I'm saying? So if you have Mercury in the 8th house, you're gonna learn how wrong that shit is. You know what I'm saying? Mercury in Aquarius in the 9th house, the opportunity to share your spirituality, belief systems, or fart clouds in a more unique, stable, and original way. Mercury in Aquarius in the 10th house, bringing up to the surface your innate talent to be stable, unique, and profitable at the same time. Mercury in Aquarius in the 11th house, thinking too much about yourself, your place in the world, and the world in general. Mercury in Aquarius in the 12th house, being able to be more fixed, more stubborn, and more original when thinking about spirituality, dreams, illusions, and imaginations. Okay? Now, if you have Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mars, right? You have the opportunity to still be yourself, initiate those new feelings, visions, passions, and aggressiveness, but now you have the ability to think and communicate in a more logical and still unique way. If you have Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in Taurus, or Sun sign Scorpio, you are learning how to still be about your core set of values, still be comfortable and still be stable, but think and communicate in a unique and changing, updating way. If you have Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury in Gemini, you have the gift to be more unique, to care more about yourself, and to place limits and boundaries when you are being mutable, adapting, and connecting your thoughts and ideas. If you have Sun, Moon, Rising, or Jupiter in Cancer, you might be misunderstanding yours and others' unique ideas, unique conversations, or unique relationships. If you have Mercury, if you have Sun, Moon, or Rising in Leo, you have to learn how to make more sense, how to tell the real story, and how to go for some real shit, even if it's not entertaining, even if it not feels or looks good. It is good. It doesn't need to feel, doesn't need to look, doesn't need to taste good. It is good. It is healthy. It makes sense. Go for it. But those guys give you validation, but they lost in fart clouds. Fuck them. That motherfucker over there is correcting you. He's the real. He cares about. He's the real one. He's him. He cares about you. The ones giving you validation for some bullshit, they fake and phony. Get out of there. If you have Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury in Virgo, you might be misunderstanding yours or others' unique associations, unique routines, unique patterns, and unique business ideas. If you have Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Saturn in Libra, you have the gift to bring more uniqueness, stability, consistency, limits, and boundaries to your relationships, to your partnerships, or to others' partners. Medicine rarely feels good. That's some real shit. That's some real shit. For the Leos out there, Mercury in Aquarius, Sun in Aquarius, Pluto in Aquarius, it's your medicine. If they're being real to you, if they're pointing out your flaws, they care about you. Trust me. If you have Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Pluto, or Uranus in Scorpio, you are learning how to go about your deep stuff, your deep desires, your scary stuff, your darkness in a more external, original, and unique way. You don't need to stop those things. Actually, you shouldn't stop those things, but you should share them with real associations like Leo. You should share them with real associations and with people that can help you get out of those waters and shine some light on that darkness. Not shame on it, not get out of there. No, go in there with some light. In a submarine. Instead of you diving and swimming, you go on a submarine. You know what I'm saying? Right? If you have Sun, Moon, Rising, or Jupiter in Sagittarius, an opportunity, right? To be religious, to be spiritual, to be connective, to be inspirational, to be creative, to be mutable with your feelings, visions, and imaginations, but in a more fixed, organized, and unique way. I've seen a lot of Sagittarius and Geminis throwing their individuality away for pleasure, for communication, or to not be lonely. Now you have the opportunity to be alone but not be lonely. You have the opportunity, Sagittarius, to be strong until you find the right group, until you find your soul group, until you find some examples that further down the road will lead you to your soul group. So stop sacrificing yourself for pleasure, validation, and communication. Here in Portugal, we say it's better to be alone than with wrong company, than with wrong associations. You better believe it. You better believe it. If you have Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Sun, Moon, Mars, or Saturn, or Rising, right, in Capricorn, you are fatal attracting Mercury in Aquarius, thinking and communicating more out of yourself, more about the world, and you have the opportunity here to feel lighter, to feel less contracted, to accept others' help, accept others' support, or actually people are like, hey bro, I'm the support. I got all this networking and structuring, and I'm now more open to show you that. I'm now more open to initiate this new area of my life by communicating and thinking in more unique and open ways. If you have Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Saturn, or Uranus in Aquarius, shut the fuck up. You're already thinking too much throughout the whole year. Now with Mercury in Aquarius, shut the fuck up. And others will ask you for your help. Others will be like, hey, you know what? You actually make more sense than I thought. You're not so weird. You're not so intense. You're not so serious about things that I thought you shouldn't be serious about. Actually, you showed me how to be serious about myself. Actually, you showed me how to be serious about my business. If they ain't showing that openness, shut the fuck up. Focus about yourself. Sun, Moon, Mercury. No, Sun, Moon, Venus, Jupiter, or Rising in Pisces. You are fatal attracting the Mercury in Aquarius, the ability to bring all of your spiritual shit into reality by communicating and associating in or with unique ideas, people, places, and things. Mellow Rising, Raging Sun saying everything is in reverse. Not everything, don't be an extremist as well, but most things are, yes. You gotta go to hell to reach heaven again. I approve as a Leo. No, you gotta stop. You don't need to go through hell. You gotta stop seeing things as hell, because detaching is not hell. Detaching is nothing. So it's not something. You can call it something if you are going into nothing, right? You're going into, you see, if you're going away from something, it might feel bad, but that's not hell. Hell is keeping in that thing, right? So when you detach and go to heaven, while you go through heaven, while you are in no thing again, that's just that. That's not hell, that's nothing. It's just detachment, you know what I'm saying? Trust me, I know, I have an Aquarius tell them, you know what I'm saying? But guys, it's going to be everything for today. Remember to leave a like and subscribe to the live stream and to the channel. Remember, I have also gaming content here on YouTube and on Twitch. I have readings, paintings, personal consultation. You can talk with me. Join the Discord. The link is in the description down below as well. Tons of content. We are here, ready to talk, ready to listen as well. Yes, I learned that as an Aquarius. I learned how to listen as well. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope now you know better about Mercury in Aquarius and you can do better. It's really time to be thinking and communicating in real, unique ways. Stop that la la land, stop that cap, stop that illusion. Let's be real and expand our circumstances. Thank you very much for watching. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions. A whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility as well. Remember to believe in yourself. Remember to be always yourself. The best way to be is to be your goddamn self. Believe in all possibilities as well. The only and true God, it's all possibilities and we're all part of it. Until the next time, esoteric love.